All right, well, linear measure. We've talked about congruency, and congruent segments are segments that have the same measure. We call those congruent segments. But here we're going to identify some congruent segments, and we have right here, over here, we've got a bar chart, which gives us data. On the vertical axis, we've got various states: Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma. And on the horizontal axis, we have in a scale of 2 the number of parks. And so this is representing the state parks in various states, or skate parks, I guess, skate parks. And so here we are asked that suppose Oklahoma, of course we got Oklahoma right here on our bar graph, added another skate park. The segment drawn along the bar representing Oklahoma would be congruent to which other segment? So right now, as we look at this, Oklahoma must have 12 skate parks. And of course, we got a scale of 2 down here on the horizontal axis. So if they added another skate park, this would put them right about here. And we're asked to determine it would be congruent to which other segment. So now they've gone from 12 to 13. Let's just scan down our bar. And right here at Mississippi, we see that Mississippi currently has 13 skate parks. So if Oklahoma added one, this bar graph then for Oklahoma would be congruent to the segment labeled Mississippi. All right, not too bad. All right, we're still looking at diagrams or representations of congruent segments. And here we have a object. It's a sign, I guess, sign out in front of the store or on the building of the school supply store. And we are asked to name the congruent segments in the sign shown. Now, one of the things that we will see throughout this course in geometry are looking at these little hash marks. Let's say that like we've got right here. And these hash marks represent congruency. And so we see here that we've got that these two lines, line AB and AG, both have one hash mark each on those lines. And line BC and GF each have 3 hash marks, and that would indicate that those two lines are congruent. And over here we see that CD and FE, line segments CD and FE, also have 2 hash marks, which would indicate that they are congruent. So to finish this off, then we can say that AB, and we're going to put a line above it, or a segment above it, is congruent, a little squiggly line over an equal sign, to segment AG. Those are congruent. And then we can say that segment BC is congruent to segment GF. And then lastly, that CD, segment CD, is congruent to segment FE. All right, there we go. Look for the hash marks, and the number of hash marks will indicate which lines or which angles, as we'll see a little bit later on, and other forms of measurement are congruent. Congruent, again, meaning having the same measure.